Yet another risk to your privacy. In-app browsers in platforms such as Facebook and Instagram and more. What are they? A browser is something you use to browse the internet. Sounds pretty straightforward, right? But have you ever heard of in-app browsers? These types of browsers, they were created to force you to use a certain browser as opposed to the one you want to use or the one you selected to use. So how does this work? Well, if you ever clicked on a link off of Facebook or Instagram, you may have noticed that it'll take you to the link's destination, but you're still in Facebook or Instagram. What you may not know is that these apps, they're inserting a tracking code in every website contained within their app. So if you see something about an article and you click on that link to go read that article, there's a tracking code that reports that back to Facebook or Instagram. And this is for not just Facebook and Instagram, it's other things too. The tracking code, well, that enables them to monitor your activity on the website. Exactly what information is being harvested and reported back to the app? Well, that's unknown. And therein lies the danger. Are they tracking payment information, passwords, or other personal information? We don't know. Recently, it came out that TikTok, someone was able to go through and look at the code, and they found out that if you're on TikTok and you click on a link and it takes you to a website, if you end up making a purchase, well, there's a keylogger that's in that code. So everything that you're typing in could be username, passwords, your personal information, signing up for be on an e-list or a newsletter. That information is being harvested by TikTok. What are they doing with it? Your guess is as good as mine. Another thing to consider is that these trackers, they enable Meta, which is the parent company of Facebook and Instagram. It enables them to bypass the Apple app tracking transparency. So if you visit a website that's encrypted, in-app browsers, they still have the ability to collect data while you're on the site. So what's the possible risk here? Let's look at a big picture. Well, because it's impossible to know what information is being harvested and where that information is going, we can't say for certain what the potential risk is. And that's kind of scary. However, by looking at events in the past, we'll not be surprised to find that all the collected data, it's being used to target you in various forms. Targeted ads, marketing, all different types of things. Not to mention the risk that a data breach poses, as criminals could have access to all sorts of private information. And that's another thing too, is that if these companies are collecting, harvesting this information, and they're selling it, what if a criminal organization buys it? They don't even need to breach it. They just buy it. Just remember Cambridge Analytica from Facebook and what the consequences were there. So what can you do? Well, the best thing you can do is if you see an article or see a website or see a product, something when you're on Facebook or Instagram or on TikTok, instead of clicking the link in that app, open up your preferred browser and do a search for that, or type in the title of the article or type in the name of the product, or if you're able to see what the web address is, in the app, go outside of the app and search for it using your preferred browser. That gives you more privacy. Now, sometimes in the app, you might be able to select. It'll say something like open in, and then you can choose which browser you want to open it in, but you have to go in and look at the options. Otherwise, it's going to default to open in their own in-app browser in the app that you're using. Now, while it appears that protecting your privacy is difficult, with a little bit of effort, you can make it pretty easy. We here at Privacy Mentor, well, we focus on keeping you current on the latest threats, and more importantly, providing you with simple steps to take back control of your privacy. Want to learn more? Sign up for our email list and we'll send you important tips directly to your inbox. Simply visit privacy-mentor.com and sign up to join the email list. Again, no spam. We're not going to, overload you with a bunch of nonsense and sales gimmicks and everything else. It's just to provide you with factual information of what threats are out there and simple steps you can take to protect yourself and reclaim your privacy from identity theft, fraud, and cyber threats.